This is a tutorial on how to use Pina Colada Hard Wax and the line of Beelicious products. Pina Colada is a low temperature wax, and unlike many polymer-based waxes, you can see that you can stir Pina Colada from the bottom up. Pina Colada should be melted to a thick, honey-like consistency. This might be a tiny bit too thin, so you want to shoot for just a bit thicker than this. My wax pot's on its lowest setting, so this is the best I could do for today. You can melt your Pina Colada in a tin, or you can melt it directly into your wax well, if it's the only wax you want to use in that well. This is how you use your Pina Colada. Before you start is to add a dusting powder. So you kind of want to stay away from adding a lot of additional oil to the skin with a non-polymer wax like the Pina Colada. Then the application technique is pretty much the same as most hard waxes. You're going to deposit it and then drag it, always keeping that lip around. And you'll note with this particular wax, don't know if it's hard to see or tell, but it's very, very creamy and it feels very, very smooth on the skin. And it's very, very pliable. Even after it has dried, it still remains very pliable. And it sets up rather quickly. It's already ready for removal. So we're gonna flick up the end here to remove. Get a little lift, hold the skin taut and pull. And what I want you to note is this wax, not a lot of hairs, don't have a lot of hair on the legs, but this wax remains pliable after removal. And that's important because if a wax is too hard and stiff upon removal, not only can it break when it's being removed, but it can break the hairs underneath it as it's being removed. So this remains very, very pliable and moldable even after it comes off. What I'm using now is the Wonder Whip, also from Beelicious. This particular whip, see, I'm using just a teeny tiny little bit. This has shea butter, emu oil, borage, rose hip, all natural, no parabens, and you just need a tiny little bit. This is going to help promote hydration, calm and soothe any redness or irritation, and it's also going to help with cellular renewal. It's good for people that have ingrowns too, because ingrowns are caused in part by very dry skin, so that hair can't come up and break through. But this Wonder Whip will help to soften the skin without making it oily and greasy. See, there's no shine and it penetrates right in right nicely. I'm going to do a little side-by-side here just to demonstrate the consistency of the polymer-based wax next to the non-polymer-based wax. And it doesn't matter the direction that I'm applying the wax in right now, because this is just for demonstration purposes. So that is the polymer-based wax. And this is the non-polymer-based wax. You can see that the application technique is the same. So a hard wax is a hard wax is a hard wax, pretty much. Just the consistency of them. Seem ready to remove here. They're both dry. And I'm going to use this to remove that. And this is the non-polymer based. It's very, very moldable, still pliable, still thin. This is the polymer based. You can see that they're roughly the same thickness. This one is a little bit stiffer It doesn't have the same pliability as this particular wax. It's a little bit stiffer and a little bit more unforgiving than the non-polymer based wax. So when this pulls off, it remains pliable to pull all of the hairs out and break fewer hairs than this. When this pulls off, it remains a little bit stiffer. So there's more likelihood of a few more hairs being broken off underneath. They're both fine waxes. That's just the difference between the polymer based and the non-polymer based.